Welcome back to another trip, man. Y'all here with Tryppy Joker. We got a special guest today, Jay Hal. Tell them about yourself, man.
It's your boy Jay Hal. I make music. I help manage, market, content. And I got a clothing brand, Neverland, in that just dropped about a month and a half ago. So make sure y'all check that out.
So you say you do creative directing. Tell me about that. How'd you get into that and why creative directing?
All right, so it goes back maybe about probably like 5, 6 years ago, probably like 2018, 2019. Just graduated, you know what I'm saying? I didn't end up going D1 into a high profile college like I wanted to, that was my goal kind of.
With sports?
Yeah, and I went to a smaller school. It was a first year program.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, it was just, you know what I'm saying, for money, financial reasons, or just the smallness of the school. It was just hard. It was a hard foundation to try to build up, especially when it was all new and I had aspirations of going bigger and stuff. So like when I came home, or I was there a year and a half kind of dabbling, like, do I really want to play basketball?
Yeah.
Do I really want to even be in college? And then from there, I came home. I was just doing whatever. That's when I started making music for real. I started taking the music a little bit more serious.
When you came home from college.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then from there, I went back like halfway to my sophomore year. So I left my freshman year, but kind of the beginning of the season, right before it even started.
Yeah.
And then I went back halfway through sophomore year around like Christmas. And then played that year out. COVID happened. And COVID is when I really started to take the music serious and started taking like entrepreneurship a little more serious, because it was kind of like our school, like our classes was connected to a Dollar General, buddy. Like,
what?
Literally,
That's
bruh.
cold. That's cold. I ain't gonna cap. That's
It was cold. It was not cold, boy. I was trying to.
Was it cold?
No, it was a Dollar General, cause you talking about a big university, stable. No, like,
I mean, they couldn't have been taxing on the stuff.
No, I ended up going for free.
Yeah.
Like all my school was paid for. I had to pay like my rent and stuff. I had to pay for my food and stuff. I mean, they would provide a little bit, but it was kind of on our own in regards to that. But so fast forward to the creative directing, like the reason basically when I started creative directing was when I decided to become an artist. And in that moment, I probably hadn't even heard of creative directing, but I was doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like just naturally.
Yeah, just naturally.
Yeah.
I was posting on Instagram every day. I was coming on my Instagram like, hey, I'm trying to be a rapper. Like, that's how I was, the dynamic of it. It wasn't like I do this shit.
So you was an artist, like you was making music first.
And that's what kind of got into my content creation and creative directing, you know what I'm saying? And just recently I started to just walk in that, you know what I'm saying? Be confident, you know what I'm saying? I had to come out of that obscurity.
Yeah.
Way back 5 years ago, before I was 21, around 18, 19 years old. So that's how I got into creative directing. Just basketball didn't work, you know what I'm saying? Typical, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like typical, you know.
It's good that you know how to pivot and make adjustments.
Mm-hmm.
So is it hard, like, letting go of basketball, or like, did you let go of basketball and pursue something else, or are you still interested in going, you know, doing something in basketball?
I try to watch my language when I talk about something that's hard when you're trying to do something, because it's like, was it? Yeah, in a sense, because it's like, you know what I'm saying? That's how a lot of people, I don't know, I say in Louisville, but even across the country, across the world, you know what I'm saying? People want that professional athlete, or they want that, everything that comes with that, and it's fun first off, because when you're in a backyard playing, that's kind of what you do, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like a hobby.
Be an athlete or just get active. So it's like, it was hard pivoting in that. There was a lot of obstacles as far as, I'm still overcoming some of the obstacles myself, but it's as far as like, you know what I'm saying you're an artist, just the type of and being serious about it.
Yeah.
When nobody else is going like putting that in.
Support you,
Yeah,
or-
you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
At the beginning, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? People, you have your friends and they're gonna encourage you.
Yeah.
But as far as like real support
Putting
or
in
you
that
being
work, yeah.
serious, it's like they can't do that for you.
Right.
You have to come like that. You have to show up in the room as the artist.
Mm.
And that's kind of like, I would say the hardest part of that, like a couple hard parts of that is, first off, the music in general. It's very spiritual. Like I think it's a very spiritual thing. Like words, vibration, all that is very spiritual.
Spells.
Yeah. Whatever you want to call it.
Right.
It's the truth is the truth. You know what I'm saying? Whether you
Right.
call it a spell, whether you call it a song, whether you call it an encouragement, whether a
Right.
discouragement, a curse, a blessing, it's all. So it's like that energy you putting out, and it's like, especially when it's conscious, it's something about when it's concentrated on a beat.
Right.
It's really. So I say that one of the obstacles as far as changing the direction was like figuring out not who I am, because I've always known who I am.
Right.
But I say like discovering more of who I am and how I go about the earthly things.
Mm-hmm. Like more ways to express yourself.
Yes, and my roots and what I was raised in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I would say that was a big obstacle. You
It's
know,
a deep understanding of life just about yourself. Like just knowing that, okay, this is what I've been doing for 18 years, training for this moment to go to college.
Yeah.
And now that shit's not really working out how I thought it was the whole time, I have to dive deeper into myself versus like more than what I've seen or shown myself to others, that it's more to me out there than just a hooper or an athlete. I'm a artist. I can creative direction. I can make music videos. I can do a brand, Never Landed. Tell
No,
me
for
about that. Tell me about the start of that. How does that connect with creative directing and music, if it does?
well, this shit gets so deep for real, for real. I say the idea of it and the birth of it was years ago, and my boy Cliff, he makes music, or he's for real, like, bro's always been ahead of his time, for real. I remember like he broke that that barrier of what he broke that at a young age, that barrier of being all that you want to be, and not caring, you know what I'm saying, as far as when it comes to putting yourself out there and doing music or artistry, entrepreneurship. Because like I remember he was shooting a music video back a few years, well, I say like back, this was like high school, and I was still hooping. I hadn't thought about doing music or doing, so he had like certain quotes and stuff he would say, and one of them was Never Land. And I just remember the story, like what I was trying to get at is like just to kind of show where my mind was at the moment. He would have I remember we was at the apartments. We was at these apartments, and we was smoking, you know what I'm saying, doing what seniors and juniors do at high school, you know what I'm saying? Like literally, you feel me?
Yeah.
And then apartment. So we was at the apartment, and he was shooting a music video, and I wanted to be in it. Like it was right in front of my face, and it was kind of like I wanted, like, it's real. I'm right here in the moment with him, but because certain stuff I was trying to do at that moment, I didn't break that barrier yet, that, you feel me, I'm in the world, I'm not of it, and it's not the other way around. So it's like, and I'm still kind of discovering that in a certain way that I move, in a certain ways that I'm trying to do stuff. But
That was a cold ass line. Hold on. Say it. You gotta say it. He said, "I'm in this world, not of it." Y'all gotta peep game.
No, for
All right,
sure.
now, go back. My fault. I
sure.
just had to circle y'all back around.
No, but basically, he had quotes and certain stuff, and he had some Neverland, and it was just a quote. And then fast forward a few years go by, we all graduate high school and stuff, and then past couple years, you know what I'm saying, we still make music, going to the studio, taking trips and stuff like that. And it's just like we was in a car. I remember, this is my perspective of it. We was in a car one time,
Yeah.
and I just remember we kind of talked about it, and then talked about bringing Neverland and like bringing it to fruition. So he really you know what I'm saying? He's like one of the main designers, you know what I'm saying, responsible for like, you know what I'm saying, and bringing it together, like the idea and the plan of it. And then he let it. Me and him, it was the shit was just in the closet for like 2 years basically.
Yeah.
About 2 years.
So like y'all had the shirts.
Mm-hmm. Had the shirts in the closet for 2 years. Damn. You know what I'm saying? Like literally. So and we just decided to. He talked to another friend and we talked to a couple other like 4 or 5 of us, and basically in the past, you know, we officially dropped about a month and a half ago, but we all brought it a couple months before that. We had kind of like just been doing everything we needed to do, photo shoots, marketing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And a lot of the idea of it is Cliff. And now as it's developing, we just all got our roles and we all kind of are just playing our part in we trying to take this shit global for real. And we are, you know what I'm saying? We doing it.
That's exactly what Tryppy's on. We on the bridge to greatness, just hitting every point, walks of life like around the globe.
And that's the thing too, like when you reached out to me, our bio, like my Neverlanding bio is where style is an endless, where fashion is an endless style of self-expression.
Yeah, I like that.
Make sure I say that right. I don't know, sometimes but like that's kind of like, I just be thinking about that when I try to describe it too, because that's just one statement. But Neverland is really Neverlanding, you know what I'm saying? It can't be defined in a quote, but I was just saying where fashion becomes an endless adventure of style and self-expression. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we got to collab on some shit. Stay tuned for some Neverland and Tryppy.
And then look, Tryppy is like a multi-dimensional collection of ideas crafted into an infinite journey of greatness. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they do go hand in hand for real.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I seen y'all was at y'all had your own pop-up booth.
Shout out my boy Mark.
Tell me about that. Like,
no. But shout out him too. That's my dog too. But yeah, my boy Mark, he hit up Cliff couple weeks before that and got that basically helped us out get that booth. Yeah. And then we just went. Well, I honestly didn't really know what to expect, but that was a start of and even like how Cliff always talked about global. We going global, like we're not thinking about the city. Like, of course, you know what I'm saying, we got the love of the city. We want to, and I feel like too, as I'm starting to see, I was just talking about that too, as it really develops. And that's saying, sorry,
can we just bask in the sun real quick? They did pop up and say hello.
No, it did for real. But yeah, so what was I saying? Oh yeah, so we were trying to. And that's what I think. There's a misconception, and there's so many stigmas around being from Louisville that holds people back. You know, people be like, it's a hating city.
Yeah, it's a curse on the city.
Yeah, or whatever you want to say. And that's the thing, like, I'm just getting to a point where I'm not trying to claim nothing negative. Yeah, there's truth and there's facts of what people do. But you can change the narrative. Like I don't think really a lot of people in Louisville understand that we control the narrative. Like, granted, there's always gonna be, you feel me, people doing stuff, but that is in every city. Certain stuff is in every city, or the principles of certain stuff. Now, how it manifests might be different, whether that's a different game or whether that's a shooting or whether that's, you know what I'm saying, whatever it may be. Yeah. I think there's a stigma that people be like, you gotta leave Louisville first and bring it back. And that's just, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that because I was born right here in Louisville. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, same. So, nah, real talk. And I feel like people focus on, it's a hating, it's so much hate, it's so much, but for real, like, yes, there's hate. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I get hated on. I'm sure you feel like you've gotten hated on in a certain regards, but when it comes down to it, it's about what you make it. We trying to take Neverland. I'm trying to take J. Hal everywhere. I'm trying to take what's in.
Boom, clap. All right. So you was only talking about your Neverlanding. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Basically, we trying to take this shit everywhere.
Yeah, global.
Global. Yep. And then I was just saying, I'm trying to break certain stigmas and certain thoughts about, especially coming from Louisville, and you know what I'm saying, that stigma that you got to leave Louisville first and then bring it back. you know, a couple artists. You know what I'm saying? I don't really know everybody's individual story. You know, I just know what I hear because I don't really got no super personal relationship with anybody that in the outside of the city that's quote unquote made it. You know what I'm saying? I could say a few names, but you know what I'm saying? They talk about you gotta go here. When really, that shit, if you ask all of them, that shit probably started right here in Louisville. You know what I'm saying? Now, granted, for protection or for whatever reason, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Saying they might not come back or whatever, but it's just, you know, it's not.
It's based on circumstances and the perspective that you give the city for real. Because
and how you move and how you walk in the city, like, you know what I'm saying? I never felt. Obviously, you always have to be careful and protective and stuff like that, but you know what I'm saying? It's just, I walk in confidence that God got me, and I can push whatever I want to do anywhere I'm at. And
shout out to God, bro.
Nah, for real.
Shout out to God, real talk. He be pulling through every time.
He do. Like, he'll protect you, bro.
The organization that comes with it is just, it's abundance.
The divine,
it's
bro.
greatness.
Divine
it's
abundance.
Literally one of a kind. Like, there's
real.
no other explanation for it.
It's undescribable.
You say, like, you feel me, divine. Have you took shrooms before?
Yeah, I have took shrooms before.
Tell me, how has that, like, has it amplified your understanding of life, or what has the shrooms, like, benefited you in a way that
I would say
today?
It amplified in certain aspects my experience of life. When I say, you know what I'm saying, like
I know.
I'm trying to be as
sure as you know where he's going. Hey.
I'm trying to just be, you know what I'm saying, because I don't want to, you know what I'm saying. I just know that it amplifies my experiences of certain life, and I guess you could say quote unquote understandings. It didn't give new understandings. It just kind of amplified what I already knew.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
That's dope. That's dope. I can see that. So, when it comes to music, what is your process in your music making process?
I don't know. I would say my process is just really most of what my process is hearing a beat I like. I would say for the majority of like me being an artist, it's changed. It has seasons. It almost has seasons, especially as I'm discovering like what I want to do. But I would say it started way before I started making music. It started by me listening to other people's music.
Yeah, like who?
Everybody. I take inspiration, you know what I'm saying? And as I get older and the more influence I see and the more more real it becomes to me as I call myself an artist or a manager or whatever.
Yeah.
It varies. Like I would say I draw inspiration from anybody. It's kind of like I'm so baseline and foundation right now and we doing an interview, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like I'm not really trying to say too many names.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
I got you.
Because I don't want to. I'm Jay Howe, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if I list names, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, I've listened to everybody. If you list some artists, I'll say yeah, but it's not. I don't want to put light on nobody just for the purpose of this. But I listen to all types of music. I remember my parents wouldn't let me listen to what they call secular music or music that's not basically praising or talking about God or shedding light on God. And that's what I'm starting to see too, is like it's more of an art and it's more of about where your heart is when you make the song or what you're trying to do with the music.
Your intentions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because nobody's perfect. I'm not going to wake up and be perfect.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But as I draw inspiration from whoever, anybody in the world think the devil sent, I can get inspiration and I can take that and I can look at the effect of that. Or I can look at the effect of who they think the most godly person is or the most genuine, whatever word you want to use. And I can take inspiration from that. So I say that was where my process started, especially growing up in a household where my parents wouldn't let me listen to certain types of music, or they wouldn't let me go certain places, or they wouldn't let me watch certain shows.
Yeah.
So it's like now that was when the process began. Now, when I saying I want to make music, that's when. Well, I'll say another thing I think played a pivotal role is both my dad and my mom are very good writers. They got gotten awards for writing. My mom used to help me write my papers until it got to a point where I like understood outlines. I understand what I was trying to do.
Yeah.
So then, from there, I would write. I had like an AP English class. It was basically a college class for English, and I got college credit for completing it if I scored a certain thing on a test. But anyway, in that class, we had poetry, and that's when I remember that was the first time I ever read my poem or read something that I was saying in that sense of more of an artistic poetic sense. That was the first time in my AP English class at Fern Creek. So that was kind of the start of me being like, I like that. Like, I like that feeling. I like me raising my hand and being like, hey, I got something to share with y'all today.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So speeding up a little bit after high school, when I'm like, okay, I want to put this on beats.
Yeah.
I could find videos in my phone of me coming on my Instagram story and being like, hey guys, like, you feel me? Some real what I think, like, personally, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to deteriorate nobody on the way they feel about it. But it's, you know, like you do something that kind of make you cringe.
Yeah.
That was kind of like, when I look at some of those videos, it kind of makes me cringe.
But we all start from somewhere. Like, I can look back at our very first video on YouTube and be like, we definitely could have did a way better setup, or we did it like that to where it's like, damn, it's kind of cringy.
Nah, for sure.
It's like, I'm grateful that we got that
But you
documentation
have
because
to.
now you see where you came from to where you at now.
You have to. And this is a quote that my dad always instilled in me. Like, when I first was raised to make music, he was like, you gotta come out of obscurity, and that means coming from the unknown to the known, making it makes known what you're doing, or becoming what you're doing. And that's what and I'm still learning and understanding what that really means on a day-to-day basis, and especially me helping people and how I can help other people come out of obscurity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
that's crazy. I didn't even know that was that word. It was a word for that.
But you know what?
I've been doing that since motherfucking 2020. Honestly, like, going from a high school kid and then COVID hit.
2020 was different. 2020 was really a real, and it's so, bruh, and it's so crazy how, like, this is another thing too that just made me think. Like, I've been learning because I've been watching this dude named Myron Golden. He basically teaches business principles based off the Bible. And I was listening to a podcast the other day doing laundry, bro. Literally just folding my clothes. Yeah. And he was talking about how words, maybe not even so much, it shows up in the English language just because God is so divine, but like in certain languages, like, but yeah, I was talking about how numbers in Hebrew, they're like all symbols and how they work together. But basically, we're going back to that. Basically, 2020 vision.
Yeah,
I feel like that was with COVID, with a lot of things that happened in the natural realm. I feel like it was a very spiritual thing. And I remember my mom, before this was my mom told me, I can't remember when it was either right before 2020 or like right at, like 2019 December, the end of that, or the beginning of it. She was like, she had a dream, and she was just telling me, she was like, 2020 is gonna be like a very awakened and revealing year. And sure enough, you feel me?
It definitely
was. And a lot of people,
it definitely was.
Yep.
In another sense, some people had dreams. In another sense, like me and my brody, because that's when I was like getting into shrooms. I was in the shrooms at the end of 2019, so that's when like I kind of just started discovering a whole bunch of shit. Like, what the fuck? So like I'm feeling the energy that's coming from 2020
Have you ever done acid?
Yeah.
I did it once.
I done did acid like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, I did it
But it
once
was
in
like different
2020.
doses.
That was I did acid before I did shrooms.
Really?
Yeah, on some. That's crazy, ain't it? And I don't think I.
That is
I don't know.
crazy. Because they
I
say
don't know
that
if I ever
acid
do
is
that
like
again.
acid is like shrooms times 10.
And it's not really. It's not natural. Like it ain't.
Yeah, it's lab created. It's created.
Yeah.
So it's like
It's a lot different, and it's like you can just. I don't know. Like the way I was feeling off that, boy, crazy.
yeah, you gotta be very specific and meticulous when you're off the acid because it's like the slightest thing can throw you off and it turn the whole trip to a whole nother way. But shrooms, you can transition and transform energy within the matter of 10 to 30 minutes of like really sitting down with yourself. Or
And
also you got a trip setter to
And that's one thing
mediate
too.
the
Like
situation.
I'll say too, cause like you talk, you know what I'm saying. You got your page Tryppy, and you know what I'm saying. You talk about shrooms, or it's kind of like a, you know what I'm saying. It just is what it is.
It's a correlation.
For me,
definitely.
the way I go about that, the way I describe like certain things like that is just like, just how you got to be very specific and use like a trip or you using a drug or whatever. You got to be very specific in everything, and that, you know what I'm saying. That just happens to be, like I said, something that stimulates that aspect of your perception of things. So it's like you got to be very specific in what you watch. You do. You have to be intentional, or you want to be intentional. You know, we are humans and stuff, and some stuff we can't control, but the stuff you can control, you have real power, you know what I'm saying, real control over it.
Facts.
And that's what I guess that certain drug does, you know what I'm saying? I would say
It
certain
definitely,
psychedelics.
like you said, it hasn't given me no new understanding because nothing's new under the sun. It's already downloaded in our brain. It's just resurfacing what's deeper within. So like going down that route of being intentional with this drug, it allowed me to think outside. Like when I'm not off, when I would take months off or a year off, or just be like, damn, it's been a minute since I did that.
Yeah.
But still have the mindset of, let me be intentional with my day, because I know that when I do it with that, it's 1,000 times better. But with life, it's everlasting. It's a legacy that you're leaving when you be intentional with every day and you do something with a purpose. So then the next generation picks up on that, and now you got a generation of purpose and execution and vision and making shit happen.
No, facts.
Where do you see yourself going next?
Woke up in the hills this morning, asking myself, how did I get here this morning? Bruh. Everywhere. I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and be in Dubai. You feel me? Nah, you know what I'm saying? For real though, like, I really believe that. Like, you know, I really believe that. I'm saying Dubai, you know what I'm saying? That might be, because this might be what I spoke, but you know what I'm saying? I see.
Shit, one day you'll have a realization like, damn, I'm going to Dubai tomorrow. What the fuck? That happened to me when I was going to Costa Rica this year. Like, it was my first time out of the country.
Yeah.
Packing. I woke up, I'm like, damn.
Going out the
I
country.
really got a flight booked to Costa Rica. Like, what the fuck?
No, for real. I ain't never been out the country. So I say, like,
What?
I haven't been out the country. I haven't been to Cali. I want to go to Cali in America, just cause I've been to Arizona and Vegas, Nevada, but I never been to Cali. So I see like my next thing that I want to do just on some personal, you know what I'm saying? Some business come up somewhere else or some opportunity, I go there. But as far as like actually like someplace I want to go personally, I want to go to Cali because I heard good reviews, I heard bad reviews, you know what I'm saying? And I want to go out the country. I don't really know where. I kind of, because it's like all of them, they got different aspects that I want to discover. I'll say one thing I do want to get more in tune with is my Asian culture, because I'm part Asian and I don't know like nothing about Asia.
You don't know what sector of?
No, I know China.
Okay.
Yep, China. And bruh, that's what I see. Like, bruh, I'm really never landing, but like I feel like I'm gonna bridge the gap for a lot of people because of who I am. just even as deep, even as deep as me being black, white, and Chinese in a time where COVID's happening in Louisville at the same time Breonna Taylor get done wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna bridge the gap for a lot of people. And it really made, like, I get emotional thinking about this, bro, because it's like, I'm really discovering my purpose. We're not, I guess discovering my purpose, because I'm always God's child, and my purpose is to serve him, but what to do in the world to do that, you know what I'm saying? But I'm really starting to see, he's starting to give me these revelations and like, and stuff, so it's real.
There's something you said right there, you always serve him, but in the way of discovering purpose, it's to serve him, but it's finding ways to serve the people to also, because you know how it's like, there's that connection that you have with God, you feel me? And then there's a connection with people to have the same connection that they have with their own God, or you feel me?
And that constant evolution, he tells you to renew your mind. You know what I'm saying? You constantly have to do that because we are in these physical bodies that stimulate us and make us feel certain ways. But if you can constantly renew your mind, you can constantly serve him and serve his purpose. So
it's dope. It's dope. So for performances, like how many performances have you did on stage, whether it's a backyard for friends?
Oh, backyard for friends or friends, I'm in I might be in the thousands now. I might be in the thousands. Maybe.
Is that what built your comfortability to put yourself more out there on stage? Or
it do. It do. I would say, because you know what I'm saying, like I talk about like being that confident person and walking in that, there's still I'm still trying to conquer, and you know what I'm saying? And shout out my boy Horace. I just went to his performance last night, and he's a few years younger than me, but that really was inspiring because I see him at the age he's doing that, and the way he's approaching that inspired me last night and really gave me confidence to just really be myself. Cause I don't I'm whatever. I'm you know what I'm saying? I can do whatever. I've never not been good. I'm not gonna say I'm good at everything. But like anything I've really put purpose to and it matters to me that I wanna be good at, I've always figured out how to get good at it. You know what I'm saying? Stuff that in regards to stuff that I can control. And how I step on a stage is something that I can control, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, shout out my boy Horace. Like I went to their show at the Headliners.
Nah, he went crazy last night, bro. I was getting chills,
you,
bro.
He is a better performer than rappers in the industry.
His stage presence,
his energy is like
it's so
he can go,
it's genuine,
he can go to
bro.
Coachella.
It's so real, cuz it's so real. Like it was so real. It was so real. I feel like on stage, I'm getting better at that. Like, I feel like, for me, when I get up on stage, I won't say I'm not worried about the crowd, but because of my approach to music and my approach to life it's a little broader. So to protect myself and to protect my sanity, I kind of think like I focus on just not focusing on certain stuff, and that's one of them. But which I'm getting better at, I'm trying to conquer, but I try not to think about it. I zone out and just rap my music, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So my stage presence on a stage, like actually performing my music, I know could be better, but you know what I'm saying? I see it. And that's another thing too. I asked somebody last night, cause somebody in the crowd I met, he was like, I asked him, do you make music? He was like, yeah. And I was like, can I ask you a question? When you rap, do you have your lyrics behind you, or do you just have the beat and then you rapping it? And he was like, well, for the most part, I just have the beat. Me, I'm trying to be on some type of time like you already know my song, so it's like once me being there is gonna be enough. You know what I'm saying? And that's just, you know what I'm saying? Everybody has a different way of thinking about it and approaching their art. And you know what I'm saying? But that's kind of like my approach. Like, I see myself dropping a song or promoting a song, and now it's millions of people know it. You know what I'm saying? By the time I get up on that stage. So the aura, by the time I get to that stage, it's just going to be like that as far as like future performances over the next couple of years. You know what I'm saying? For the past few years, that's how I've built my confidence, and I've gotten to that place where that's where I'm at mentally.
Yeah.
Because it's like I done did this. I done did the not having the beats behind me, fucking up on the stage. I got 30 people that are coming out for me, like, you know what I'm saying? And me fucking up and me be like, y'all just bear with me, y'all. Y'all just, you feel me?
Yeah.
It really, I remember, you know, you heard in Jack Harlow's song, he was like, something about I performed in front of a few people is like, that builds character, something y'all need more of.
Facts.
And it's like, yeah, I could definitely, that makes sense. So, but yeah, so performing in front of my friends, telling people I'm trying to rap for a few years, that definitely set the stage and the groundwork for where I see myself headed and where I'm at right now.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty dope. So where do you see yourself going in a director standpoint? If you had to choose a path, not to limit yourself, but to master, I would say, would it be music or would it be creative directing and being behind the camera?
It's me. You know what I'm saying? I don't mean to be, I would say one thing like I'm starting to enjoy more, I guess, is helping other people out and directing them. Like, my mom, she's wants to be like, she's real into like a holistic health style. And with holistic health style and coaching, you know what I'm saying? That's not really, I just say in that lane, you see like something that's holistic, whatever holistic is just, it just means like you're balanced out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like when she's trying to be a coach. Hold on, let me check. We might have to like a week. Hold on. Basically, I'm helping people. I'm helping like a holistic health director in that direction. And then I'm helping one of my other friends, you know what I'm saying? She's got a TikTok that's kind of popping, but I'm trying to like help manage certain things and get her to see certain things that she's not seeing or approach it in a different light, because she already got the skill. And that's one thing as far as creative directing, like that is a broader sense than music, because music is creative directing in itself. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's not really. Thanks. But we are creators. We are created in God's image, and God is the creator. So creative directing is what I'm starting to, you know what I'm saying?
You got my point of the question. So at this point, the trip has reached its destination, but at the same time, we're never landing. So
thanks.
Stay tuned for more content. Shout yourself out, J Hal. Anything?
It's J Hal. Shout out Never Landing, man. We got the brand. I got my boy Russ. He's dropping in a couple weeks. We got a project on the way. I'm gonna be executive producing a country album, or country/pop album of my boy Russ. I'm featured on his album that's coming out before that. And we got a music video dropping in the next month, so stay on the tune for that. It's called Fly.
Yeah, all his socials is gonna be all right here. You feel me?
Follow that.
Any last words for your fans? Any last wisdom?
We never landing, man. We never landing. This is just the beginning. It's the first interview I ever done solo like this, an extended interview anyway about.
Appreciate you, Sean.
Nah, I appreciate you hitting me, bro. This was meant to be, bro. I appreciate that. I'm excited, bro. So shout out my boy Jalen. My name's Jalen. Tryppy Joker. J Hal. Fuck with us, man.
We out.